Karla Lilacheart, paranormal investigator, writer for the Violet Gazette and unwilling detective. Pleasure to meet you. Now, I believe you asked a question about my first investigation? Oh, I was but a child, 20 at most, when my dear friend, Lavender Cobblepot's sister, went missing. Lavender went to every authority in our village, every adult she could, and none of them would listen to her. Typical of authority types you'll find. And suspicious types. See, it wasn't the first time a girl had gone missing under such circumstances, and if it weren't for Lavender's love of her sister, or my brilliant mind, I'm afraid it wouldn't have been the last. When Lavender approached me, I began digging into local legends, official records, and even began bribing elders for tales, until the truth reared its ugly head. A century ago, a terrible beast began prowling the woods nearby. Hairy and horrific, it stalked in the night, attacking watchmen in our quaint village. The attacks became more frequent until one day they just stopped. On that same day, Lara Frumplehop's hut on the outskirts of the village closed its doors to never open them again. Miss Frumplehop was the village witch that century, but after she disappeared, no other witch claimed her place. Instead, every 20 years, a young girl from the village would wander into the hut in the dead of night, never to be seen again. A witch, a beast, and the ritualistic disappearance of young girls, put two and two together. Clearly it was a curse placed by the vengeful witch during her dying moments that no other witch would take her place. The only thing left was for Lavender and I to head to the hut, rescue her sister, and break whatever curse the place held. But this theory was proven to be false. The reality was much grimmer, and much more interesting. The witch had become a ghostly figure, luring young girls into the hut where the sleeping beast was contained. The girls were food to keep the beast sleeping. Sacrifices to protect the majority, according to the spectre of Miss Frumplehop. Sacrifices are stupid, in my opinion. Young girls shouldn't be murdered to justify an end goal of peace. This mystery, and this horror, sat under everyone's noses for years because of the complacency of the average mind. I became enamored with mysteries that day. How did the case end? Oh, rather simply. We found Lavender's sister missing a limb or two, but alive, slit the sleeping beast's throat and burned down the hut to free Miss Frumplehop's spirit. Standard practice in paranormal investigation, as I've come to find. Since that day, I've wanted nothing more than to investigate every paranormal disappearance, every unexplained mystery in the world. I need to know the truth. But bills need to be paid, and ghost hunting equipment is quite expensive, so I work for the Violet Gazette as a writer, penning my cases when I can, and I've seemed to have gotten mixed up in quite a bit of police work as well, although it's not really my cup of tea. Now though, I think I'm approaching my biggest case yet.